Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today you're going to continue to learn about time, and remember we have to be able to learn how to tell the time so we can be to places on time. But this week we're going to learn about time to the half an hour. Last week we learned time to the hour. So I can tell time to the half an hour. I want you to read that. I can tell time to the half an hour. So I want you to look at this clock, and I want you just to think about it. What do you notice that's different about the hands on this clock from the clocks that you saw last week? Look at the hour hand, the short hand, look at the minute hand, the long hand, and think about what you notice that is different from last week. Yeah, the hour hand, the little hand, is right in between two numbers. It's not on the 2 and it's not on the 3. It's right in between. So I'm confused. Which number do we say now? The minute hand is not at the 12 anymore. It's halfway around the clock. It's at the 6. So you're going to learn what number to say when the hour hand is in between two numbers and what to say when the long minute hand is halfway around the clock at the 6. So remember, the hour hand is the short hand. The hour hand is right here, the short hand. And notice it's right in between two numbers. It's right in between the 2 and the 3. So, which number am I going to say? Well, most of the time, except for when it's between the 12 and the 1, we're always going to say the smaller number because a clock travels this way, and since it's past the 2, 2 is the smaller number, and we're going to say 2 for the hour. 2 is smaller than 3. So let's try another one. Only looking at the hour hand, the hour hand is right in between the 4 and the 5. It's not on the 4, it's not on the 5, but remember, if the hour hand is moving this way, the hour hand has moved past the 4, and think in your head, which is the smaller number? Is 4 smaller or is 5? We're going to say 4 because it's past the 4 and it hasn't reached the 5 yet. 4 is the smaller number, so that's the number we're going to say for the hour, 4. Again, just looking at the hour hand. What two numbers is the hour hand in between? The hour hand is right in between the 6 and the 7. So if the hand is moving this way, what number did the hour hand go past? The hour hand went past the 6. It hasn't reached the 7 yet. Since it has not reached the 7 yet, the 6 is the hour, we say. And 6 is smaller than 7. We're going to say 6. So now let's make it a little more complicated. We have to look at both the hour hand and the minute hand. But remember, we need to think about what two numbers the hour hand is in between. Right now, I see that the hour hand is in between the 7 and the 8. If a clock travels this way, the little hand has not reached the 8 yet. We're going to say the smaller number. I know I say 7 for the hour because 7 is smaller than 8, and the hour hand has not reached the 8 yet. It's past the 7 and has not gotten to the 8. So we can't say 8, we have to say 7. 7 is the hour. Now I notice that the minute hand, the long hand, is touching the 6. When the minute hand touches the 6, we say 30, just like we say o'clock for when the minute hand's touching the 12. When it's halfway around the clock at the 6, we say 30 because we can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the time is 7:30. Now I want you to try one. Notice that the long hand is right, or I'm sorry, the hour hand, the short hand, is right in between the 2 and the 1. If a clock is moving this way, it's after the 1, but it has not reached the 2 yet. And if I think, I know I say the smaller number, so is 1 the hour or is 2 the hour? Then look at the long hand. The long hand's on the 6, and think about what we say. I'll give you a minute. I want you to write the time that you think that this clock shows. If you said 1 was the hour that you said, you are correct. The hour is 1, and anytime that long hand points to the 6, we say 30. So the time, if you wrote 1:30, you were correct. Let's try another one. Look at the time. Look at the hour hand first and decide which hour you say. Look at the minute hand and decide what you say when the minute hand is on the 6. Write your time. You can write it in your math journal. I'll give you a minute to think about the time, think about the hour, think about the minute. If you said that the hour that you say is 8, because the hour hand hasn't reached the 9 yet, plus 8 is smaller. If you said it was 8 and the minute hand's on that 6, it's halfway around, so we say 30. If you wrote 8:30, you know that you are right, because anytime that minute hand is on the 6, the long hand, we say 30. We look at the hour hand, 8:30. Let's try one more. Look at the hour hand first. Decide which hour you say. Look at the minute hand and decide what we say when that long hand is on the 6, since it's halfway around the clock. Write the time in your math journal. If you said that the hour is 10, you were correct. The hour is 10 because 10 is smaller than 11. The minute is 30 because it's pointing at the 6. If you said the time was 10:30, you know you are right. The hour hand has not reached the 11 yet, because remember, the clock hands move this way. It reached the 10, it's past the 10, but it has not gotten to the 11 yet. So we say 10:30. Now, you are going to have a paper that looks like this. Remember to always look at which hour you say. You can even circle the smaller number if you wish, and then you're going to write the time right here. Do not forget the 2 dots that go in between the hour and the minute. Good luck. Do your best.